Welcome back to Bluffhill Church, and we are reading and we are playing. Today we have two new contestants, and I'll ask them to introduce themselves. Introduce yourselves to our audience.
My name is Mutsawashe Mzondiwa and I'm 20 years old.
Mutsawashe Mzondiwa, and I'm 20 years old. You sound like you're about to go into prison, girl. Like, I am 20 years old. Yes.
Hi everyone, I'm Geraldine Catherine Bundura.
Geraldine Catherine. Your name is Catherine?
Yes,
When were you Catherine?
I've always been Catherine.
You've always been Catherine?
Yeah, that's my home name actually.
So this is what we are going to do. The first section, we are just going to ask a question, and those buttons you have right there, you touch that button, press that button, and then that means you know the answer. Please make sure by the time you press the button, you know the answer.
Okay.
Is that clear?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, so the first one to press the button gets to answer the question.
Okay.
All right, question number one, are you ready?
No.
You're not ready? Question number one. What is the main theme of the book Obadiah? Yes.
I think it's about God is passing off. Okay. Obadiah
Can I read
sees-
should I read the question again?
No, I got it.
Okay.
Okay, Obadiah sees a vision,
Uh-huh.
right? And it's about the destruction of Edom.
Well done. Took you long enough. The doom of Edom is correct. I was wondering where you were going with that. I heard you talk about Jesus. I heard you talk about. Okay,
the
where's you going to go with that?
English. No, it's
That is
English.
correct. It is the doom of Edom. That is correct. Question number two. What did Obadiah's vision concern? Yes.
The selfishness or the selfishness or the self-gratification of Esau, Edomite.
So what did his vision concern?
The destruction of Edom.
Well, that's correct.
Again.
Yes.
It's the same answer again.
Yeah, no, it's not the destruction of Edom. It just concerned Edom.
Edom.
Yes. But you kept on, like, there's a first time that you meander, and then I don't know, something happens to you, then ding dong.
I'm nervous.
You're just nervous. So because of that, I just want to ask a question,
Okay.
because you guys are young people, and you're young females. How are the streets?
What's that?
They are not safe.
They're not safe.
Yes.
Why are they not safe?
The struggle is too much.
The struggle is too much.
Yes.
You've spoken like a true war veteran. Do you want to share anything that you are bringing from the war?
For now, no.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So how do you know they're tough on the streets?
It's about the experiences that we have in the streets.
What could this experience be?
Some of them, they are unexplainable.
Unexplainable.
They're just too much.
They're too much.
Yes.
Do you understand what she's? I think she's speaking a bit of woman there. They're too much. It's unexplainable. What do you think she's talking about?
It's a lot. We would be here talking the whole day, honestly.
Okay, just give me two things on the street that you say, you know what? These two things are on the street.
The competition, man.
The competition
The competition.
amongst young people.
Yes,
What you competing for?
the guys. Like, Wakomana Shoma. Apparently, this is what I'm hearing.
Are you saying the
Apparently,
guys?
statistically speaking, there are more men than females. So I hear people saying, girl.
So you're saying Vakomana Vashoma, but you're saying there are more men than females.
Yeah, I said that wrong. There are more girls than
Also, there are more girls
Guys.
than
yes.
guys. So you're saying guys are.
Yeah, so people are now advocating for just settling because at the end of the day, whether you guys are 2 or 3,
Oh, so you guys are saying as long as.
they.
That's what the streets are saying. All right, ambassador of the streets. So you are saying, your constituents is saying, as long, whether we're 2 or 3 of us, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't
As
matter.
long as there's this one person that I call Bay.
Yes.
Yes.
So long as he's treating me right, also.
Second thing, what is the second thing that you can say this is consistent with the streets?
What's that? Help me on this one. I think there are a lot.
Just choose 2.
Also, there's an alarming number of same-sex relationships. Like, what's going
There's an
on
alarming number of
there?
same-sex relationships.
Yeah, we're losing some of our veterans.
Oh, you're saying you're losing some of the already scarce population of men.
Yes, even the girls. I speak on behalf of the guys.
Really?
We're losing some good people to us.
Question number 3. What does the Hebrew word, or the Hebrew name Obadiah mean? What does the Hebrew name Obadiah? Musa, do we have the correct book? Are you here?
Yes, I mean.
Obadiah, the Hebrew name, what does it mean?
It means worshiper or Yahweh.
So I now have studied that every time you give a wrong answer, you're processing. So I'm waiting for you now to give the correct answer.
That's what I've got. Worshiper.
And that is totally wrong.
Yahweh.
It means servant of Jehovah.
I know the Yahweh part. Do I get half a point?
No.
I said Yahweh.
Are you negotiating for this thing?
Just
No,
saying, I said
that
Yahweh.
was totally wrong. Question number 4. What have the people of Edom done? Yes.
Okay, the people of Edom have watched the people of God destroyed, and they also celebrate, and they have helped in the destruction of the survivors of the people of God, and also they have violated the house of Jacob,
Okay.
and also they have.
You know, we just need like one answer though. So what have they done? What have they done?
Okay, in
The
their
people,
hearts,
what state are they in? Yeah.
Okay, they're in the state of self-pride.
Self-pride is correct. And that is correct.
Well done.
That is guys, to the point. Like, so
Okay.
tell me,
The shade.
do you think it's possible that anytime soon you can get married? I hear your family, your mommy and daddy got married 21, 22. Do you think it's possible in 2022 to get married at 21, at 22, at 23?
22?
Yeah. In 2022? Do you think it's possible to get married
Yeah.
in your 20s?
Yeah, it's possible.
Is it possible?
It's possible.
Yes.
But is it happening?
Yes, it is actually.
And how are those marriages going?
I think they're going well. Most of my friends actually have been getting married. So
But what I've discovered is most of the girls that are getting married at that age normally are those girls whereby they haven't found funding for their university level.
Oh.
So they are just desperate at home, and
You are saying they have not found
like
funding
for them
for
to
university,
proceed with their
so they get
education.
married.
So they
As a
think the
business
other
plan.
option, they just get married.
Oh.
From my side, from what I've seen, especially from the people that I've gone to school with.
Yeah.
A lot of them, if you ask them, okay, how far with your education? They said, we ended O level. Then what? They started doing Jolo.
no, she's
and
right
they just
though.
got married.
Really?
But
There
normally
are
those
those,
ones
yeah.
who have finished their O level, went to A level, and went to university, it's hard for that, for them to be married at that age, because normally they will be at school.
Question number 5, guys. I think next time I shouldn't ask you this. You're so deep in
No,
the
but there
streets.
are other, just to speak for the other population, there are other people who get married young because they want to get married young.
Question number 5. Complete the verse in Obadiah 1 verse 4 using the King James Version. Though thou shalt exalt thyself as the... Though thou exalt thyself as the... Yes.
As the ego.
Well done. That is correct. That is correct. You went blank in so many ways. You just looked at it and said, no, I mean, really, which part of Obadiah is this?
No, I read
Well
it
done.
in NIV.
Tell me, in NIV, they have another word for an eagle?
No, they don't use exalt.
They use which word?
Exactly.
They use rise.
Rise, yes.
Oh, so if you had
Yes.
heard rise, you'd have known it was an eagle.
I figured, because the
Okay.
verse after that talks about stars, right?
Question number 6. Which of the following is a true fact about the book of Obadiah?
Okay.
Right? It is the longest book in the Bible. It is the last book of the Old Testament. It is the shortest book in the...
That was the one.
So let me take that again.
Okay.
All right? It is the longest book in the Bible. It is the last book of the Old Testament. It is the shortest book. All right. Tell us,
Okay.
Musa.
Obadiah is the shortest book.
It's the shortest book in the Bible. Well done. I don't know. You get.
I mean, is it working?
It's working. No, it's definitely working.
Okay. Just
I think the one who's supposed to press it is like a bit slow. I don't know who that person could be. Question number 7. What do the thieves, according to verse 5, do? Yes, Musa. Why are you being slow?
The thieves, they came to steal until they have enough, but steal the possession of Edom.
And that's correct. They came to steal all that they wanted. Our last question in the segment.
Must I take it easy?
Yes, I think, can you play?
Okay.
You did read, right?
Yes, I
Yes.
did.
The program is called Read and Play. Can you come onto the ball?
Okay.
Right? Question number 8. Who is mentioned in Obadiah 1 verse 6?
Verse
Who
6.
is mentioned in Obadiah 1 verse 6? Yes.
Timnan. No, come on.
I think I know the answer.
Who is mentioned in Obadiah 1 verse 6?
Okay,
You
it's
said
not-
it's Timnan.
I don't remember how to pronounce the name.
That's your final answer. Remember, you have a system. So I'm waiting for is it after processing that.
Could you read verse 5 so I can know? Just to
No.
be sure
You don't have to read verse
where
5
we
for you.
are.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The answer is Esau.
That was
I
my
knew
next
the
guess.
answer.
Yeah, I mean, isn't. But that button in front of you, if you would press it, it tells us that you know the answer. This brings us to the end of our first segment. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the second segment. And this is an open Bible segment. Each question has 3 points.
Okay.
So I'll ask you to find the verse. You give me the chapter, you give me the verse, all right? So I'll read out a quote or a phrase. You'll
Okay.
find it for me, and then you'll tell me where it is found.
Okay.
Question number 1. Neither shouldest thou have stood in the crossway to cut off those his that
Pressure.
the precious. Where do you find half that verse?
Okay, chapter 1, verse 14.
Chapter 1, verse 14.
Yes.
And you
Yeah.
couldn't get that thing right.
Listen, I was looking at 7.
And that is correct. Chapter 1, verse 14, that is correct. Question number 2. But upon Mount Zion, do you guys, do you need, where do you find that?
17.
17 what?
17. Obadiah chapter 1, verse 17.
And that is correct. But it's like we don't even hear the verse. How do you guys know this already? Question number 3. And they of the south.
You know what?
Chapter 1, verse 19.
Chapter. Do you guys have hobbies? Do you have hobbies? What are your hobbies?
Playing with my little brothers.
You play with your little brothers.
Yes.
You play with your little brothers?
Yes.
What
we
do you play?
Soccer.
You play soccer?
We do hide and seek.
Uh-huh.
A lot of games with we do even fighting with my little brothers.
With your little brothers?
Yes.
How? I know you're not supposed to ask a lady how old they are,
But she already said.
but how many birthdays have you lived?
I have lived 20 birthdays,
20 birthdays.
but the older brother is 8, and the little one is 6.
Okay, so you'll be playing soccer with an 8-year-old and a 6-year-old
Yes.
and still trying to maintain yourself on the streets. I'm not saying you're multitasking or anything. I'm saying you are gifted. It's a gift, right?
No
Right?
one has to know.
No one has-
No one has to know.
You sound like that TikTok thing. No one has to know.
They'll
no one
never
will
know.
How will they know?
How would I know?
So tell me, what are your hobbies?
Do I have hobbies? Probably my biggest hobby would have to be, I'm a last born, irritating my siblings. In fact,
So you're the last born, and your hobby is to irritate your siblings,
definitely.
and you do it very well.
Enjoyment. But
So when you wake up in the morning, you're like, why is there peace? Why is there quiet and tranquility? Why? And then you come up with,
well, not like that, but like you just probably walk past their room and
just
you
open the
just
door.
see them peaceful and they're like, hi.
so each time you pass through, they know this. So now, since you're a last born, and you normally don't like peace.
I-
If you had to marry, a firstborn, and you're a lastborn who doesn't like peace.
Firstborns are tolerant. It's the middle children that are not.
I'm a middle child. I'm very tolerant. I just
Case and points.
I just don't tolerate a lot of.
Case and points.
No, but that's
Case
wrong.
and points.
The middle child shouldn't be blamed for all this. We
Middle-
are talking
No.
about you little ones.
The person who used to throw fists is my brother was in the middle. The oldest was never caught in any sort of violence.
So you're looking out to marry the firstborn.
I'm looking out to marry anybody with a kind heart. First, I feel like I'm also a very adaptive person. So if I'm at home, I'm a child. I'll be a child. If I'm going to be married, I'm a wife. I'll be your wife.
To all the
Okay.
young men there, that was a plea to say, are you there? She is willing to adapt to whatever situation. If you're on the street, she's on the street. If you're off the street, she's still on the street. But we can see
Pressure.
what we can do.
For sure.
Bringing us to the next question. And saviors shall come up on Mount Zion to judge Mount of Esau, and the kingdom shall be the Lord's. Where do you find that verse? Yes, you win.
21.
Verse 21, that is correct. I don't know why you guys are so quick. You're back. You're back. I want us to go to the next question.
Okay.
But thou shouldest not have looked on the day of thy brother in the day that he became a stranger. Yes. Musa.
Oh, that's verse 12.
Verse 12. I think if Obadiah had many chapters,
Yes.
this wouldn't be happening.
No.
Because I feel like you guys grew up with a guy who's like, these are like stories you know. So, of the two, both your parents are alive?
Yes.
Who is your favorite? Do we have favorites? Do you have favorites? As a girl child in a home, they say the daughter loves the father, and then the son loves them. Is that true?
As for me, I don't have favorites, but there are certain things that I enjoy doing with my dad and certain things that I enjoy doing with my mom.
Okay, so what are the things that you enjoy doing with your dad?
With my dad, when my dad, he spoils when he has the money.
So he spoils you.
And my dad is not always harsh. So, Mama, the pressure is too much. Why are you doing this? Do this. She's too correctful. She's not for so. Don't do it this way. Like you know.
Is that the same experience with you?
Yeah, I agree. Like parents, it's not that I have favorites, but
Uh-huh.
they both serve like different purposes.
Uh-huh.
Like my mom is my G. My mom is my person. She's like my friend. I
Yeah.
can talk to her about anything. But you can count on my dad to be a bit more rational.
So you're saying you and your mom are dangerous alone.
No, not yes, but generally like my mom, because we are so close, it gets confusing when she becomes so
So-
unreasonable.
so
like,
strict,
"Ukwenda
like-
kupi?" But if you ask dad, my dad is the strict one,
Yeah.
by the way. So it's funny how my dad actually gives me a little bit more freedom than my mom does.
Uh-huh.
Because my dad he's a bit more rational. You can sit it out and talk it out with him. My mom,
But you're not
once
gonna
she
do that with
says
your mom.
no.
No.
She's
So if she
just-
says the pots are clean, you can never see that they're there.
Never.
If you just finish washing the pot and she feels it's very dirty, you can't say no, but I just washed it.
Yeah.
Is that dangerous? I knew it was dangerous in my time. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, for you to say, Mama, but it's washed.
No, I can't do that with my dad either. Because if he says it's not washed, it's not washed. That's what I'm saying. They have, because also another thing about my dad is I feel like he's a bit more self-sufficient. My mom doesn't want to catch me breathing. Like if I'm just breathing, like I could come back
Like
from
if you pass,
work,
it's like,
not even,
just breathe.
I can open the door and as soon as I open the door, Kathy, all of a sudden she's thirsty, she's hungry, she needs salt, not charging. My dad will get up. He will get up. And also my dad, if you chill with him, he will spend on you.
Question. All men that have confederacy. No, but I just went one line. No, you can't know that already.
Verse 7.
And verse 7 is correct. That brings us to the end of this round. Don't go away. Question number 1. What shall Zion be according to Obadiah? Yes.
There shall be deliverance in Zion.
There shall be deliverance in Zion. Is that what you said? There shall be deliverance in Zion?
Yeah.
There shall be deliverance in Zion is wrong.
Oh.
Yeah, the answer is holy. Zion shall be holy.
Okay.
Yes, Zion shall be. I like the way you looked at me like, please help me, please help me.
Give me
That
a
moment was just
clue.
classic. That is not correct. And question number 2, where does Obadiah say they shall be deliverance? Here's your deliverance. Yes,
Zion.
what's the complete answer?
There shall be deliverance in the mountain of Zion.
Mount Zion is correct. Mount Zion is correct. Thank you for recovering. We would like to welcome Catherine. You feel free to press the buzzer anytime.
I don't want to tamper with my points. I don't want to tamper.
I have a question. Are you taken? Are you
Taken for granted.
Oh, are you taken for granted?
Okay, I am in a relationship.
You are in a relationship?
Oh, the
Yes.
confidence, girl. Yes.
What's the problem?
I'm just.
Why?
I love that for her.
Why are you in a relationship?
Because I want to get married.
Because you want to get married, and is this one of those relationships that is looking up? I'm not saying it is going to happen. I'm just saying, is it one of those relationships that is you are saying it's moving correctly?
Yeah, from the way I see it's
How long have you been in this relationship?
It's now 1 year.
1 year. Well
That's
done.
good. That's good.
Well done. That's a whole first year.
Yeah.
Right?
Well done.
Yeah. That's like a third of nursing.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a quarter.
That's
of
a whole
bachelor.
diploma, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. The honors also is a year, right?
Honors is a year.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So you're moving. And Sister Catherine. Yeah.
I am not in a relationship.
You're not in a relationship?
No, I'm not. I'm sure we got that from my reaction when she said
So
she was-
you haven't been in a relationship for a year?
No,
For years?
it's been like, I think half a year or so.
Oh, you just can't be a year.
I've been single for about a year now. I mean, about half a year.
You've been single for half a year. And how's that going for you?
Great. It's amazing. I love it. It's
I'm
great.
trying not to say so.
No, go ahead.
Imagine if the guy you were dating gets to watch this program
No.
and then you say,
No, it's not actually. He is. Are we doing this
I think
right
let's
now?
go
Yeah.
back to I think I just went south quickly.
But that's not how I meant it, though.
That's the more you try and justify it, the more I asked you and you said it is awesome.
No, it's just awesome
Like
because
you just came back from the war.
No, because it's
And
just
you got
me
a
now.
Purple Heart.
No, it's just me now. I appreciate that about being single.
Yeah.
Like all of my decisions are just me.
You're not just sounding like right now
like
a
what?
motivational speaker.
Yeah, because I
I
don't
feel
have
so
to.
motivated right now.
I don't have to care about someone's feelings before I do something.
Here's a question for you that you need to care about. In the manner will the house of Esau be destroyed? In what manner will the house of Esau be destroyed? According to verse 18.
You know what? This segment just needs to be cut off.
Yes.
I think by slaughter.
By slaughter, and that is not correct.
Wow.
It is going to be destroyed by fire, by the burning to the ground.
I knew that. I
Yes.
just wasn't sure to say it out
Oh,
loud.
really? Oh, really? You're already protesting. Oh, yeah. That is wrong. And you know what happens when we get a point wrong? Who does Obadiah say shall possess Gilead?
Benjamin.
That's correct. Why the stern face, girl? You're like,
Because I knew that.
oh, Benjamin is correct. So I want to ask another question. Do you think, as a young person, that you have a very good prayer life?
Yo.
I want an honest answer. I don't want an answer.
It's honestly.
Honestly, do you think, or not you per se, but generally young people, do you think young people actually have a prayer life?
Oh, young people in general. I
Yes.
can't speak for other people because I don't know what's going on indoors.
So
honestly
you can
speaking.
speak for yourself?
I can speak for myself.
So talk to me. Do you think you have a very good prayer life?
It's been better. If I'm to be very honest, I think it fluctuates. And I think most young people can relate or concur on that. It fluctuates. Right now, I'm probably at the point. I used to be able to, like, I would always be praying. Like, there was a point in my life I would always be
In
praying.
season and out of season.
In season and out of season. But sometimes nowadays I find myself, like, when I'm upset, I'll be like, okay, but this is what God wanted. Why am I praying? You know, but you know, it, like I said, it fluctuates.
And with you, Mutsa, do you think you also have the same?
Yeah. Because sometimes if I have to, if you have continuous setbacks in life,
Yeah.
you then ask Kuti, but why does God allow this to happen to me?
Yeah.
After all, the Bible says God knows all our worries.
Yeah.
So it's pointless for me to continue
Worrying.
aiding my worries to Him, yet He already
He
knows.
already knows.
So what then I'll do
So
is
you're
to
saying,
do a
you're saying
self-introspection.
so God, you know. Now you want me to figure out what you already know.
Because
No,
Is that what you're
it's
saying?
not the point.
that's not the point.
What I do normally is I then look at my life to do a self-introspection. Maybe there is something that I know that I'm not doing it, that I'm supposed to do. Because the Bible says the prayers of the wicked, they're just noise to Him.
The prayers of the wicked are just noise. Am I struggling to hear this nicely? So you look at yourself and say, maybe there's something I'm doing wrong.
There's something where I need to correct myself.
So have you ever got to a
personally.
point where you realize that there's something I've been doing wrong? That's why
Yes.
God.
Sometimes
Also, you
I
get to that point.
I have.
yes, sometimes
Really?
Yes,
get
I
to
think
that point.
the one thing that I can say also I've learned this year is self-accountability.
Taking account, taking
Taking account of the
responsibility.
things that my mistakes and the things that I'm doing to cause my situations that are happening in my life. So definitely there are certain things where I'm praying and I'm like, God, I want this or I need this. And then I have to check myself and remind myself that, you know, sometimes I need to understand. I may not need to understand what God is doing in my life. I just need to be able to accept it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So it's like, I want a car, man, you know?
Yeah.
But he's there like, ma'am, you crash a curb every other day.
Yeah.
What do you need a car for? So like, I'm learning to just be able to be like, okay, so this is not happening. So it may be I'm just going to accept it. I'm not going to try and understand why God is doing this. I'm going to accept it. And at the same time, just look back and see where I'm going wrong. And it's hard to be brutally honest with yourself. It is the hardest thing ever. To be there like, I have been sinning here and there. It's really hard. So
This brings me to my next question. Whose shall the kingdom be according to the very last line in Obadiah? Whose shall the kingdom be according to the very last line of Obadiah? Are you're looking for help?
I am.
No. So the last line of Obadiah speaks about the kingdom. Whose shall it be according to the last line of Obadiah?
The Lord?
The Lord is correct. The Lord is correct. The way you just couldn't be, that is correct. The Lord is correct. Well done. What is the last word of the book of Obadiah in the King James Version?
It's certainly not amen. Or is it?
I don't know. If you have confidence,
I want to try, but I'm not sure.
you are more than welcome to try.
You lose 3 points. Or 2
That
points.
is the unnecessary pressure we don't need.
I'm
She
just-
says
I'm just
she's
reminding
got
you.
this, and I'm saying
2
I have
points.
no problem with you trying. What is the last line in the book of Obadiah?
Last line or last word?
Last word, sorry.
Let me try, but I'm afraid to lose more marks.
Don't be afraid. If you are ready to try, just press the buzzer.
Can we bypass your question?
No, you can't. You know, for the first time, I've never seen so many people, just two people negotiate so much. This whole game you've been negotiating throughout this whole time. Last word in the book of
Let's
Obadiah.
agree on this one.
Yes, I agree.
If I
Let's
fail,
come.
you're not going to read.
Can we help each other? We can split the points.
No, there's no splitting of points. Whoever is brave, just take a chance. You press the button?
Yes.
Yes. What is the word?
Lord.
Well, Lords is correct.
It is. That says the Lord, right?
Lords.
Lords.
Yes.
Oh.
So all this time, you were struggling, but you had the answer.
It's 2 points.
The last question. I'm thinking, if we look around, young men's mental health is not okay. Whatever social media platform you go on to, we have a high in young people committing suicide. I want to know your personal take on this whole suicide thing. We have a lot of people, young men, brilliant, happy, then you wake up one morning and he's gone. What is your opinion? What is your take on that? Because it's happening in the streets, it's happening in your face, in your generation.
Okay, for us to then have a solution, we need to find the source, like where it's coming from. I think that the greatest error that our African parents have done is to instill the spirit yekuti mukomana achemi. You understand? Kuti as a man,
Like
you
a
must
man,
be
a man
brave.
can cry.
Like people, you must not read your worries as a man. You understand? So the boys have that mentality to say, kuti, I need to figure out whatever I'm going through by myself.
On your own, yeah.
So, but then sometimes I know a point of total
Nothingness.
yes, yekuti sina any option. So yet they have been instilled that spirit whereby they don't share their problems. They don't cry.
So you're saying if they would cry, they'd feel much better.
Because as ladies, we might cry. Sometimes we not gonna pop and stuff. You see, when things are not going well with us, and we find help because we open up. You understand? So as boys, they feel like, kuti, I have become less of a man when I open up and show that things are not going well with me. You understand? So I think that mentality as parents, we need to at least go back to the boys and tell them it's okay for you not to be okay, and it's okay for you to open up when things are not going well with you, so that you seek help. It's not always that you find solution on yourself, on your own.
That. What is your take?
I agree with her, but it's not only just the African culture. Generally, men are supposed to be brave. They're supposed to not show emotion. But I also feel that apart from that, I feel like people are just lost. Men always want to seem as if they've got everything together. Like, it takes so much for a man to ask for help. And I don't know if it's just how they're naturally wired or how is it. Like, a man can't bring himself to say, look, I'm struggling with this, that, and the other. So somehow, I think the longer it goes, the more you get lost in yourself. And another thing with guys that I've noticed, they tend to overcompensate for things they don't have. So if they don't have the emotional support, they'll probably overcompensate by being the biggest, baddest player in the streets. Or he's going to be the biggest fish, like the mbinga. You know, he's going to work so hard, he's going to have the money. But all of the material stuff, all of the girls, or all of the social media, it's just to try and fill up a hole, which they don't even know how they got. Exactly. So that's the thing. I think this whole thing, I think people just don't understand who they are, what they are. I think our support systems, maybe, to put, I really don't know what it is, but the point is people are out there doing things to fill up voids that they have, and they don't know how they got them, especially guys, because they'll never open up. Weakness, never.
Bring us to our last question. Who should not be cut off at the crossway? Who?
Is this my guy from the other segment?
Who should not have been cut off at the crossway? Yes.
Is this my Timan guy from the other
And
segment?
can you leave that guy
I know
alone?
the answer. I think I know the answer.
The answer you said is Tin. Say your answer with confidence.
No. Taking it back.
You can't take it back. You've just pressed the buzzer.
Okay.
Life choices.
All right. Please, could you reiterate the question?
All right. Who should not have been cut off at the crossway?
I know the answer.
Esau.
And that is totally wrong. The answer is Jacob,
Yes.
and that is not correct.
Wow.
The answer is those who escaped.
Oh.
But they were from the house of Jacob.
Yeah, but that's not the answer.
I still think it's Timan.
We would like to thank you all for watching our very own negotiators throughout the whole game. They've been negotiating their way. Please don't forget to subscribe, tell someone, 2 p.m., whatever time, wherever you are, read and play. See you next time.
Zampupurizo zisingazozimi kujeka kwangu kunotipenyera ndipe baiberi masoko machene dinotewera kujeka kwaro zikomezo zitsizo mutemo nerudoze seza kumbanamo ndipe baiberi apanda tambuzwa ngezitema neurombo wazo ndipe masio Jesu ataura kunditondeta aripopeto ndipe baiberi masoko machene dinotewera kujeka kwaro zikomezo zitsizo mutemo nerudoze seza kumbanamo ndipe baiberi dinofambanaro rinditseure nezakaipa mwenjerupo nesomunedima kundipangidza nzira kudenga ndipe baiberi masoko machene dinotewera kujeka kwaro zikomezo zitsizo mutemo nerudoze seza kumbanamo ndipe baiberi mwenjewe upenyu usingagumine wakanaka rindiatize rujeko wa Jesu rindione sendi kudenga ndipe baiberi masoko machene dinotewera kujeka kwaro zikomezo zitsizo mutemo nerudoze seza kumbanamo ndipe baiberi masoko machene dinotewera kujeka kwaro zikomezo zitsizo mutemo nerudoze seza kumbanamo zikomezo zitsizo mutemo nerudoze seza kumbanamo zikomezo zitsizo mutemo nerudoze seza kumbanamo